Alright guys, I've been getting a lot of people asking about the modifications I did to the John Deere 318. Got a couple inches of snow out there, I could use it. We did get a couple inches yesterday that I did move. I ended up putting skis on the front of this thing because I got stone dust in my driveway, so when it gets wet it's kind of soft. Stone dust, like they have on a baseball field. It does get hard, but you can see it here. When it gets wet, it gets mucky. So I put these skis on the front, and I did trim them a little bit. I cut off about 1 inch because I was having a hard time turning it when the thing was down on the skis. So a couple of modifications I did do is I did drop it down. It's about 1/2 inch off the ground. And I did cut these so I could raise it or lower it, whatever I want. I did change the pulley on the end. I put a speed up pulley on there, which is a smaller pulley so this thing spins faster. I did add these rubbers here on both of the impellers, and I did take the guard off because what was happening, and it seemed like it was pushing a lot with that guard in the middle, and with the guard off it seems like it gets some of that. If it's getting pushy, it does break some of that stuff up. It's a John Deere 49 snow thrower because it's single stage. It doesn't have the secondary impeller, but I'll tell you, it works pretty good with the speed up pulley. And if it does get blocked, I do have a little shovel here. I did find this hydraulic chute turner from an older John Deere snow thrower that I was able to buy on eBay, like $250, and that was a good deal because before it had the mechanical one with the rod going up. So I took that all out, and I did add a chute adjustment here that runs over. Right here it does lock in, but I could turn it. So if I want to shoot it, you know, if I want to shoot it closer to the ground, well, I just have to adjust it. I did built this little brace because this thing was kind of flimsy. But it's a little hard to move, but it's decent. I could just lock it in place when I'm done. I did take this brace off of here, so when I am driving and I want to try turning it with the blade down, I could push either brake to help me turn the unit. And also I did add front chains to it. It had rear chains. I added front chains with all these springs to take up the to make it nice and tight because there's not much clearance there. I don't know if you can see it or not. So the thing does lift up with one of the hydraulics. It does turn with the other hydraulic, and then I got a manual cable for this, so we got that straightened out. What I had to do on the front windshield was I added this rubber all the way around because the other one was bad, and I had to cut this windshield wiper because when it went up it would go off the edge, and if I adjusted it to go the other way, every so often it would pop off and hook on the end there. So I got it adjusted now, so with it cut it can go up higher and it doesn't go as low to hook on the edge and strip out the unit. So we did straighten out that windshield wiper part. Inside here I added a backup camera. So you could see the back edge when I'm backing up. I also have side view mirrors where I could see if I'm backing up or not. Look at the backup camera right there, and then that shows the back of this because this is a weight box on the back. And it does stick out. The weight box does stick out quite a bit, and with the backup camera I could see it when I'm backing up. I did put another plexiglass window in the back that does kick out if I want it to for air. I do have a light on the top, a little yellow light that spins around. This thing will go anywhere with this weight box on the back, and this cab is all metal, nice and heavy. Plus I got extra weights in the back here. This thing will go anywhere. Now this is one of 5 that I have like this. This is an older version. I bought it for the cab. I really bought it for the cozy. They call this a cozy cab. I do have another John Deere cab, but this one is so much better. It gives you so much more room in the front. The cozy cab gives you all this extra room in the front. The other one, the John Deere one, that comes way over here. It's hard. These levers hit all the time. This one's so much better. I did have to put another fuel pump in this thing because this thing was giving me problems. I'd have to prime it all the time, so I had to put another fuel pump in it. And it's a little hard to get these sections off because you got to take all these panels off and stuff. But it's a nice little snow blower. It's got the suicide doors. What else did I do to it? Oh yeah, I lowered the light down because the light was up top here. You can see where that brace was. I lowered it down to have the light over here. So at night I got 3 lights. Got 2 lights up top. Plus I got this light. And also I put a light here for interior light when I turn the lights on. So we'll see. Turn the lights on. Oh, that's the windshield wiper. That's the wiper. That's the backup camera. And this is in case I'm on the street and it's snowing out. And this is the lights. I got a light here for interior. I got a couple of lights on the top, and I got the back light back up in the back for night. So I'm gonna probably set you up outside. I got a little bit of snow to blow. So what's good about this is any of this stuff, once I shut the key off, it shuts off. I do have a little heater for it, but it really doesn't give off much heat. This back window does open. The back window opens up, you know, and it's got notches, so I could, if I want air, if it's getting foggy in the back. And it's a nice little setup. Let's see where it opens up here in the back. So I did put a new gasket on the back of this thing too, and this is plexiglass. I just put a new plexiglass window on that also, so I can see out. Yeah, and these just lock into place here. These, like I said, this is an older John Deere tractor, which I got some better ones that are at low hours on them. I'm gonna switch this cab onto one of the better ones in the summertime. This one's an old. It's actually, this one's got a real good newer style motor on it, but the transmission and the body has a lot of hours on it. So, like I said, I bought it for the cab, and it had the blower on it. I did change the chute. I put a tall chute on it instead. Another thing I put was there's 4 little braces on this thing. I bought 2 more, so there's 4 braces on that to make it a little bit more sturdy. All the hoses are decent. I mean, the thing works decent, you know. I just cleaned the carburetor out because it was surging. I just cleaned that out. Put these mirrors on here. We'll try to get it out and get you some shots of me blowing snow. Let it rip. Alright guys, you can see it goes down pretty low. I got it like a ½ an inch off the ground. But it does a good job. I mean, I got a couple inches last night. Let it rip, Molly. That thing will push through like 12 inches of wet snow like nothing. With all that weight on that thing. You ain't gonna stop it. With the chains and stuff. You know, I just clear everything. I got a good size area I gotta clear for my truck and the garage, and I clear over here where the chickens are, and all this is like 150 feet back, so you can see it's that stone dust stuff. But ½ an inch works pretty good. Good enough for this neighborhood. The trackless is like if it really deep snow, but that little John Deere works pretty good. I do have a trackless over there with a plow on it too if I wanted, but just playing around, making different rigs, and you know, thing does work good. Go ahead, Molly, let it rip. Go ahead, let it rip. Let it rip, potato chip. You want to go in? You don't like the cold weather. She's from Mexico. Come on, Ma, let's go.